Ladies and gentlemen, I am warning every single one of you right now that over the next few months, I'm gonna be showing you coins that are going to absolutely blow your mind. And a video that's coming out later today are a couple of my top AI altcoin picks. And today, I just want you guys to understand one very important thing. And that is that I'll guide you through this entire market. I've been here for a decade, I've made so many mistakes, and today we're going over news. So make sure you press that like button. But just wanna quickly start it off by saying, this coin has just made me a crazy sum of money. Why? Well, because first of all, I bought this years ago, and I thought, should I sell it at 1 cent? Because the price, as you can see, just kept going down and down and down. And I was on the brink of selling, but I didn't. And now the price has gone from 1 cent to 50 something cents within a couple of weeks. And the most important thing is, a lot of coins will do this. Many coins that I've almost given up on, I barely didn't, are up now 40, 50, 80%. Some have 5x or so. But that is the power of stacking up in a bear market. But right now, the coin we talked a little bit ago called Inspect that was launching on Ape Terminal, a lot of other launch pads, is luckily up a lot as well. This one just launched and it's right now at 21 cents. I still think over time this will do well, but I'll explain more about how to buy these pre-sales, but most importantly, how to trade them, as there are a couple of things you should and should definitely not do. And I've explained a lot of that last year, but I think you guys are due for a reminder, because with this one, anybody that was able to put in $1,000, the value of that is now $17,500, I think, but I'll be showing you many more of those as time goes on. I've also want to set the record straight here. I often get people laughing at me in the comment section, say, Dusty, why do you promote garbage? Why do you talk about garbage? And I don't mean the coin garbage, which by the way, I'm also getting into, but just for fun, just so you guys understand. Here's an account that I started out with $3,000, I think, just to basically buy stupid coins that were launching on this exchange. And you can see right now it's $50,000 worth, and this is a month. And just so you guys can see, no, I didn't deposit any money recently or anything like that. And here was another like BRC type of meme coin that I bought. And as you can see, it's also up 250% for the bottom the last couple of weeks. But when I show it to you, people sometimes think, Dusty, after you showed it to us, the price went down. Or Dusty, this sounds stupid. Please understand, you don't necessarily in a bull market buy only the most proper fundamental cryptos. You buy whatever, this is my own philosophy, has the best momentum, has the best power. And that's why I'm so excited of launching some sort of group or some collaborative effort where people grind to find the best coins with me. It's gonna be very exciting because one of the ones you guys told me about was this Grok thing. No, I would not recommend buying it. It's not what I'm saying. But one of my friends, I gave him 10,000 bucks because he gave me the right tip. Now, obviously, I will not give everybody money that just puts a suggestion down, but sometimes if a person has convinced me to buy something and I make crazy amounts of money, you gotta reward them for giving you the right tip, you know, a little reward percentage, so to speak. I've got a very interesting video to show you though, because again, right now we're going over into news. If you enjoy these update videos, because again, guys, I'm not making this to flex on anybody. I'm not in the business of showing off. I'm in the business of either motivating you or explaining to you things are possible that many people don't believe they are, and hopefully to give you new perspectives, because I understand how powerful this game is and how quickly you have to act. And if you're slow, if you're lazy, you're gonna miss out a ton. So if you enjoy that, make sure you press that like button, and let's quickly dive into this news. And later on today, we'll be posting a update on which AI coins we're getting into, because if one of the narratives that's going to take off this cycle is going to be AI, it's pretty nice to get into a lot of these AI cryptos. Even just putting, $100 into each. If you've got a, $5,000 budget, just put $100 into a couple. Could still result, like I just showed you with the Nosana, into thousands of dollars within a couple of weeks if it becomes the next trend. But let's talk about this news. And if you enjoy all these videos, make sure you press that like button.
Question about the halving. I've heard it called the halvening or the halving, but either one. We're getting to that in April, I think, right? And that's been a bullish thing before. I sort of wonder, is it the same thing though? Is that already getting priced in, or is there something technical that actually happens that would make it be priced in closer to the event?
So what we've seen historically is that the 12 to 16 months after a halving is the best performance of Bitcoin. So that's what everybody's thinking about. This time might be different because the price of Bitcoin's higher. We now only have, I think it's 900 Bitcoin a day that come out, so that gets cut in half. It's not a lot of Bitcoin, but what it does do is it makes Bitcoin more scarce than gold. So for the first time in history, you have an asset that is more scarce than gold.
In what way more scarce?
Let's call it a stock to flow ratio. So the amount of Bitcoin mined every year divided by the amount outstanding, same with gold. and now there'll be, quote unquote, less Bitcoin than gold mined on a relative basis.
First off, it's pretty nice that this is being discussed on these shows, but it has two sides. On the one end, I think this is very, very bad. The more retail excitement and hype we get, usually the more that things dump, because I already got a text just now from a friend saying, hey, how do I buy crypto exactly? And that made me think, ooh, you see, more normal folk that are not really into crypto are starting to just buy these crazy things. And that's like a good signal that altcoin season is about to start, which you should definitely take very seriously. Don't take altcoin season lightly. But the narrative is, I'd say, quite a proper one. The fact that Bitcoin is more scarce than gold is the next big thing where the gold hodlers might move over to, or at least these institutions looking for a safe haven. It does fundamentally make a lot of sense. And so I do like that they're educating in a certain way the people. Now, I think this video was also kind of funny.
Bitcoin went up today, and I could argue that now it can't even be held in banks. Bitcoin's a strange animal. I will say point blank, I think it's being manipulated up. It was being manipulated the whole time by Sam Bankman-Fried. So please don't assume, therefore, that it's not still being manipulated. And I would sell my Bitcoin right into this rally. And believe me, I had been a believer one time in Bitcoin. Not here, not now.
Bitcoin is up. It's almost doubled since he basically talked about it here, which is very funny to watch. And that's why people often talk about an inverse Cramer, because every single time what he says, the opposite happens. It's kind of funny. So let's hope that Cramer doesn't wake up tomorrow and says he's actually turned excited about Bitcoin, because that would mean we might have to start selling everything. Matter of fact, things are doing so well right now. One of the biggest G's in history, man. This guy right now is in 2.3, or at least the company, is in $2.3 billion worth of unrealized profit. And it's funny how many people looked at him and said, hey, this bet is not going to pay off. But I mean, $2.3 billion worth of payoff is what it's showing right now. And again, over the near term, we're going to be seeing many crazy new announcements, many crazy new companies joining the game. Matter of fact, guys like Tesla or perhaps Apple, they're gonna start doing more of these crypto things because they know the demand is there. If a company can make more money facilitating the transfer of crypto, they will. Meaning if they allow for crypto to be accepted as an option, a payment option that is, or with Apple, if they can make money on swaps within their ecosystem, if there's such crazy demand, which is coming, it will eventually come because they're in the tech business and they're not in the business of holding Bitcoin. People are not buying Apple stock to hold Bitcoin, that I understand. But Apple is in the business of being, I wouldn't necessarily say revolutionary, but in having it so that you don't need anything else. You should only be in Apple's ecosystem. You shouldn't go anywhere else. It should make money on you in every single way, shape, or form. And so it would be strange if they let the whole crypto thing slide instead of making crazy amounts of money and influence on it. And again, the CEO of Apple already holds crypto, so it does make sense. I've been seeing more and more articles of seed funding for these ETFs. I mean, the biggest thing holding us down right now, and what I mean with holding us down is keeping us sane, is that a Bitcoin ETF is not here yet. It's coming in January, but I do believe that's what's basically causing prices to go up right now. And so I am warning you a little bit of the price not necessarily going for a crazy bigger rally here, because it's not so logical if it were to beat all-time high before a pullback, basically, because things are just going too massively crazy. And I also want to remind you guys, if you've got life-changing money, think about cashing some out, because Bitcoin right now is at one of the highest points ever again. If you now all of a sudden can afford everything you've ever dreamed of, think about always cashing some out. I know you can make crazy amounts of profit, and we will, but always do consider. And where before the best strategy was to hold Bitcoin, I've been showing you multiple different parts of, or rather I should say reasons why right now we're switching over a lot more to altcoins. And it's because, take a look at this, right? These are the best crypto performers of the year. Massive, massive, massive gains. These are all top 100. But I'm noticing there are too many days where I look at the top cryptos, before it was Ordi, for example, right now it's Helium and Casper, that they're up 30, 40%. And I explained to you guys the trigger for bull market is 40% gains across the board day after day. I've seen it now for a lot of days. And so I'm telling you, it's strange in terms of timing, but perhaps the Bitcoin ETF is pushing the timeline forward a bit. And we're seeing a massive altcoin season before the halving even starts, whereas usually the halving happens after Bitcoin has taken a lot of its dominance back. Or I should say the altcoin season starts after Bitcoin's taken a lot of its dominance back. And let me show you quickly, if it loads in. Here we go. And about a third into the halving cycle. So as you can see here, halving, a couple months later, all-time high. And every single time before the halving arrives, you do see pumps, but they're not all-time high breaking. Here again, about a third into the halving, you see an all-time high. And right now, again, like previous times, we see a pretty good pump. But even here, we saw from the bottom, let's quickly check it out. From the bottom, we saw about a 350% pump, but we saw another 80% dump there, or 70. We did only not see a lower low, but we did see a dump. It could happen here again. Right now, prices are up roughly 200% from the bottom. If we see another dump for a significant bit, I do still believe that in this blue line is what we drew all the way like a while back, this blue showcase of where Bitcoin is headed. Because I still do believe over the next couple of months, we are going up and up and up and up. Just maybe on the short term, it's going to be a little bit more volatile. But this yellow line is still the line that I believe in. And altcoins will greatly outperform. And right now, I am layering more and more towards altcoins than Bitcoin. But the Bitcoin ecosystem is still pretty huge in terms of a sector, and the AI sector, and the launchpad sector. Coins like 𝗕𝗓, I think I talked about it last week. I think they're also up like 40% or so this week. I've got so many good coins that we're going crazy in right now. So please, guys, please, 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 I'm not your financial advisor. Consider me like a financial friend. Make sure you press that like button if you're enjoying these daily crypto updates. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today. I got a couple coming up because things are crazy right now.